Holy shit, this movie was a blast. I've been looking forward to seeing this film for a long time. I got even more pumped up seeing a trailer for it in theaters when I saw Deadpool and Wolverine last month. A lot of fantastic horror movies have been coming out, and I haven't gotten the chance to see all of them in theaters, so I'm really glad I was able to snag a ticket for opening night. I haven't seen the original films in a long time, and like the Predator franchise, Alien kind of falls off. After the first two, the rest are just fun to watch because of, well, aliens and shit. By Alien Resurrection, the franchise had become pretty action-focused, stepping away from the horror aspect altogether.
Fuck!
Then, years down the line, the franchise tried to softly reboot itself with two prequel films, Prometheus and Alien Covenant. Both of these films are cool to look at, but that's about it. They're both giant lore dumps about the Alien universe, with a ton of landscape shots and alt xenomorphs. Thankfully, the one I got to see in theaters was way cooler than the last couple films. Like I said earlier, this movie was fucking awesome. It's the creepiest film this franchise has produced in a long time. A lot of that goes to director Fede Alvarez. I love what he did with Evil Dead Rise back in 2023, so I was super excited to see what he had in store for Alien. I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the film, avoiding spoilers for now, but I'll let you guys know when it's time for the juicy stuff. To be clear, I like pretty much everything about this movie. There are very few things I had problems with. It's hard to hate on something that clearly had so much love put into it. I love that this movie went back to using animatronics and practical effects. The past couple films started using completely CGI creatures, and they just look so much fucking better when they're created practically. The facehuggers and xenomorphs looked incredible. Easily the most real-looking aliens this franchise has seen in a long time. It doesn't stop there, though. I lost my shit when I found out that a lot of the exterior shots were done with miniatures. If you get the chance, check out one of the many behind-the-scenes videos from this film. Seeing all the little steps the crew took to bring this movie to life is truly inspiring. The film also has some fantastic camera work that helped push the chaos in each scene. Other than the animatronics, the thing I was impressed with the most was the sound design. This film's sound design is brilliant. It opens up completely silent as the camera explores the exterior of the Romulus space station. I love that shit. I was on the edge of my seat in a completely silent theater. Although this film dove back into the creepiness of the Alien franchise, we did get some pretty cool action scenes. I liked them because they weren't as simple as just shooting a room full of xenomorphs. These scenes lead to moments with our characters having to find specific solutions out of the problems they created for themselves. One of my issues with Evil Dead Rise was that even though the movie was really good, sometimes the characters were kinda stupid. They just do stupid horror movie shit, like opening up the door for your crazy undead zombie mom. Although some of the characters do fall suit to that here, it was actually nice seeing them try to problem solve due to whatever situations they found themselves in. We also overall had some pretty decent characters. I think the film did a pretty good job at getting us invested in everybody but Isabella Merced's character. The only thing we know about her is that she's pregnant. Merced did a great job with the role. It's not her fault her character is a walking plot device. Before I get into the spoiler stuff, this movie was out of this world. Nah, but for real, it was really good. A creepy-ass alien movie with fantastic gore, amazing sound design, beautiful effects, and decent characters. My biggest criticism is that I wish we got to see more xenomorphs. This film does a great job at making facehuggers scarier than they ever have been. Unfortunately, I don't think this movie does anything special with the xenomorphs that we haven't already seen. I mean, they look way cooler because they're mostly practical, but they don't get to do as much. I was thinking about that pretty much up until the final act. Then I realized that it's okay this movie lacked some xenomorph, because it makes up for it with something way more unsettling. If you know, you know. Now, ladies and gents, it's time for some juicy stuff. I'm a big fan of Kaylee Spaney and David Johnson's performances as Rain and Andy. Spaney did a great job showing the uncertainty Rain has in the initial mission kicking off the film. Her performance throughout the film further shows how cool her character becomes when she's the one that has to solve everything. Andy, Rain's android brother, was just as good, if not better. The path he was on reminded me a lot of the story Flowers for Algernon. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, but just in case, Flowers for Algernon is a book about an intellectually disabled man named Charlie, whose IQ triples after undergoing a science experiment. Similarly, Andy's a reprogrammed android initially following one simple direction: to do what's best for Rain. As the film progresses, Andy's given a chip to process from a depowered android. From this point onward, his intellect starts rapidly growing as he has less and less care for human life aboard the Romulus. Both Andy and Charlie are gifted with intelligence so powerful they don't know how to morally use it. Andy doesn't just stand out because he's quirky. He stands out because he's battling his morality with his new programming. It's incredibly interesting, plus it's easily one of my favorite parts of the film. But I know why you guys are really here. You want me to talk about the 7'7" mutant baby xenomorph. Unfortunately, I can't show you guys what it looks like right now because the movie just just came out, so I'm gonna have to just keep putting up old footage of the last time they did this. I didn't realize this franchise had such a fetish with mixing human and xenomorph DNA. This thing, on screen, is a piece of shit. The offspring is a 7'7" albino mutant with the bottom half of a xenomorph and the upper body of a hairless grown man. Easily the most disturbing creature to ever come out of these films. Like I said, I was wondering why the xenomorphs felt a little underutilized in this film until I realized it was so nothing could take away from the presence of the offspring. I can't be mad at the filmmakers for taking away something I'm used to give me something way cooler that I've never seen instead. I don't have many bad things to say about this movie. I got what I expected and more. This is Editing Logan, by the way. Like I said, I mostly like this movie, but I really don't like when they quote Alien 2. There is no need to quote Alien 2. Why the fuck did they quote Alien 2? 2 years ago, we got Prey, breathing new life into the Predator franchise. And this year, we got Alien Romulus, which pretty much did the exact same thing for Alien. Apparently, there's talks that Fede Alvarez is considering making a new Alien vs. Predator movie. Take my money.